Hello, welcome to the TV room. I'm going to try a little something. I am. Just want to verify what it is. So this stuff can go up here. Now, I do not need this soldering iron plugged in at the moment, but I need this power supply plugged in. It is very wise to never, ever leave a soldering iron plugged into anything. Ever. Like, even if it's a power bar, don't do it. Because it could get flipped on, and then you've got heat, and then you've got trouble. Even a cat could come along, trip the power bar. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that the there we are, video cable, that the soldering iron is cooling down nicely. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn on this monitor now that I have this board. I've got the thing off the bottom. I'm going to just flip it on for a second. See that nothing comes up, and nothing will come up because I've done nothing. I'm going to go to the dead test on the RetroRewind diagnostic cartridge. And I'm going to just verify that it's doing what it's doing. One flash. Okay, so we're still in much the same situation. Now, one thing that torments me at this time is, take that out of there, is with the other computer here that says it has a bad U1 chip and such, and it has a bad joystick thing isn't working. I would like to give that a test before I undo it. Oh, looks like I bent a pin on the keyboard connector. We don't want that. We do not. The other thing I'm looking for, and I have not found, is a machine that has a RAM socket, or a RAM chip in a socket already, that I don't have to go and unsolder something and on another board, and you know. But so far, I went through, I have a couple of boxes downstairs of working 64s. None of them have a socketed RAM chip. They don't. I'm going to have to hunt for that. But I suppose what I could do, as things down here, is I can unsolder this U12 and at least get that done. But I don't think I'm quite ready here. I have, once again, this table is not supposed to get messy. This is not messy. This is works in progress. It is. So I'm going to pull that out. And I suppose, because I can. Anyway, it's nice to know that I don't think I've done any damage with what I did. I'm going to put on some stronger glasses. And I'm going to look very carefully under the light at the board to just look for anything that looks deficient. The things that are often trouble are the connectors at the joysticks and the power connector. Those are the ones, if anything is going to break, it's usually them. And also the monitor and the serial port, because they got things put in and out and in and out and in and out. The ports on this are not looking terrible, but I definitely see on the user port that there is corrosion. And so what do we use for that? A pencil eraser. Oops, sorry, there's a microphone. So that should shine them up, and I guess as I'm here, and then I see how much shinier they are than the cassette port, I'll do that too. And this is just a regular HB pencil. Now, I'll go at the bottom too, because what the heck. It usually doesn't take much. Just a couple or three things across the connectors, and they are looking much better. Remember, micro corrosion happens, and I did just recently get a can of stuff deoxit. I got it from Long and McQuaid, and I believe it was a better price than Sale Electronics. Anyway, but for things that you really can't get out, that deoxit is good. I have, but the main phone I use is still, yes, it's an iPhone 6. And I was having more and more trouble getting it to charge. Like it just, oh, that looks like I missed a thing here. Anyway, I'd put it in and it would say, yeah, I'm charging. But then it would not. And I'd have to, and it wasn't the cable, because the cable worked just fine. But I'd have to just get the phone sitting just right. Anyway, I waited until the phone was, I let it go dead. Absolutely dead. And then, according to the instructions on the deoxit, I did spray into the charging thing while the phone was off, and I did then work a cable in and out of it a bit, and did that for a couple of minutes, and then sprayed it again, and then did that, worked it in and out a bit, and then left it to dry. I think they suggest you wait a couple of minutes. I waited longer than that, but it's really hard to get anything in there. But now that same phone that really wouldn't charge well, it's pretty fine. Same cables, same everything. The ones where I normally charge it are in the car, and it seems to be charging quite fine without having me have to have it sitting like just so on a funny angle and hope that it doesn't move as I'm driving. So the ports are clean. If I had the deoxit here, do I have it here? No, I guess it's downstairs. I would probably just, and I'll probably start just doing this routinely, spray it into sockets and into connector things, because you never know. See, we're not dealing with a whole lot of voltage, and so micro corrosion happens. It does. Another thing that you can do, which is quite handy, you know what, maybe I'll do it on a chip that I already have out, so I don't have to diddle around. This is a video chip from a 64. It's not working, but the pins are also something that can get micro corrosion. So it's not a bad thing to take a pencil eraser and just go down across the pins. And actually, who knows? I mean, maybe I should try this again once I've done this. It's always possible, although unlikely, but possible, that the reason the video chip isn't working is because of the same aforementioned micro corrosion. You just never know. So be firm but gentle, gentle but firm, and just give them a little once over. Try not to bend any, and it's not a bad thing to go down the inside as well as the outside. And I'm just going down the whole length of them in one sort of swoopy thing that doesn't put too much pressure on any pin. And yes, indeed, little bits of eraser will come flying off. And as I look at this, oh yeah, I bent some pins. But remember, this chip is not working. But I will, after having done this, I will stick it in at some point and just see if miracle by miracles that made any difference at all. And I don't think it will have. But you never know, you know. And as I look at this, see, earlier on, when I was working on a PET, I had a misfortune of breaking a chip. Sorry, not a chip, a pin on a chip. And it may be that these pins on here may be candidates to pick up. See, the pins have, and I know you can't see this very well, they've got a big section at the top, a little section at the bottom. They usually break off where they're smaller. But it may be, if this chip is still dead, that I will do what I can to rescue an entire pin and then see if I can't solder that onto the chip that has the broken pin. I might. Alright, well, I guess the next thing I could do is something on the microphone. Hello, microphone. Is get the desoldering stuff together and see about desoldering that U12 RAM chip. I could. Anyway, but that will be perhaps tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow it will be, because I have to shuffle some things here and make sure that I've got everything just so, and that I'm ready. Yes. So yes, remember, this table will not get cluttered. It will not. Anyway, thanks for coming. It's always a pleasure. Nice to see you. So stay tuned, and we'll see if we can get this 64 going. Until then, have a lovely, lovely day. Bye for now. Yes, indeed. This is David Bradley in the TV room. Signing off. Oh dear. What was that? Oh.